taking care of UM Dearborn in that game. Now one win away from getting back to 500 on the season. Just one game below. Seidel will approach the stripe. 14:50 to go until the end of this one after our media TO. But a great game yet again here today for Jaxie Long, who again became a 1,000-point scorer here at Cornerstone earlier in the season, but 20-7 in that win over Michigan Dearborn. Stretched that win streak to 8 straight over the Wolves for CU on the women's side. 8 points, the largest lead tonight here on the men's side. 14:42 until the end. Jackson Reynolds has been leading the way on offense. 20 tonight for UMD, and then Laquetta loses the handle. Schultz off the lob, denied at the 10. Abuzara right there behind him, sends it away out of bounds. A shout from Abuzara. After that, one is turned away. Cornerstone still with the ball and 26 to shoot. Can stretch it up to double digits for the first time. Andy Mora here to inbound it for CU. Mora finds Bird in the corner. Nearly another Bird bomb. But Nick Hurley finds Dillard. Ooh, and in between his fingertips and out of bounds. Tried the jump stop, lost the handle on the basketball. And 14-23, it's back to CU. So great game for Jaxie Long. Elsewhere around Cornerstone Athletics, volleyball team right now receiving votes to be a top 25 team in the country. 4-4 overall on the year. Beat number 7 LTU in conference play. Bird, oh my goodness, in and out of his hands, and Abuzara takes it back. Nick Hurley skips it inside, and a foul down low. I believe they got Levi Schultz. They did. A little tug on the shoulder. Gillen Water was trying to get up a shot there. Now 2 at the line. That win against Lawrence Tech certainly helped launch them into the remainder of their next 2 games. 3-0 over RCU and a 3-1 win over the team down the street, Aquinas College. First one off the line. Keeps it at an 8-point lead for CU with 14:05 to play. But one of the more brutal schedules I've ever seen. Number 5, number 10, number 3, number 7 to start your year. Yeah, you got to be kidding with that one. This isn't the SEC. This isn't what we signed up for. Andy Mora, I don't know if that joke lands quite the same now as what it used to. Joe Nichols backing in on Gillen Water, looking for his first points tonight. Out to Mora for 3. And no! Couple of skips and a few hops, and the rim finally says not today. Jackson Reynolds. Trey Seidel on him like peanut butter and jelly. Gillen Water, near side, over Nichols. No, but a foul is called. And it looks like Nichols might have gotten an elbow to the chops. Took some hard contact, upset with that call clearly. It means Gillen Water will go to the free throw stripe here with the lead at 8 and 13:25 to play. Again, coming up on both sides of the aisle for Cornerstone. It's right back on the road after this game here today. They got Northwestern Ohio, February the 14th, and then Aquinas on Wednesday. 7:30 start time against an AQ team who's been sputtering a little bit towards the end of the season. But obviously no better way to right the ship than beating your biggest rival. And as we've seen before, that game means a little bit more to both sides. Bird, strong take to the rack. And the finger roll is true, 62-54, matching their largest lead at 8. Dillard, off to Jackson Reynolds. You can tell they're trying to spy him. Gillen Water can't spray home the 3. Essentially saying in this second half, Cornerstone, Jackson Reynolds can't hurt us. Everybody else, free game. Seidel, no, wiggles its way between the rim and the backboard, and then Nichols dribbles it out of bounds. 12:47, Bird, Levi Schultz to check out. March our way down the other way. And then final game of the year for men's basketball. Coming up February the 21st on Saturday against number 12 Indiana Tech. And obviously that was a squad that had a rough stretch for a while, but were able to find their stride again, beat this Dearborn team the last time out. And who knows, might be in that top 10 when things are all said and done. Sets up an exciting final matchup for Cornerstone inside of this home gym and against someone they know all too well. Jackson Reynolds fouled. Andy Mora got him on the bump, and Reynolds will go to the line. 12:31 to go and an 8-point lead. We say welcome back into the second half to anybody joining us. Whether you're on the Cornerstone Sports Network or, again, over to my right on TikTok Live tonight. But Ted Albert, the head coach over at Indiana Tech, used to play here at Cornerstone. He was actually the recruiting coordinator, and one of my favorite stories, he actually helped land the guy who's sitting on the bench right next to Hall of Famer Coach Kim Elders. Kyle Steginga, once upon a time, was a Ted Albert product in recruiting. Also got Sam Vanderslice and all of those old names that we remember fondly here at CU. That was all after winning a state championship with Coach E. So he took the mentality to Indiana Tech, and he's won because of it. Second free throw is good. Lead down to 62, 55, 7 points. And Andy Mora to run the offense. Drops it off to Highbor, who steers it back to Mora. Now Highbor will get it again as they continue to go back and forth. 10 seconds to shoot. Mora steers it to Blake Stewart. Where are they going to go with it? Stewart finally finds a lane and can't finish at the rack. Cut through the middle of the key, tried to float and finish. Jackson Reynolds will go to work. A jab step before leaving it for a three-point look, but nothing there. Now Abu Zara will try it and make it. Abu Zara ripping the net tonight. 16 in his fourth three of the game. It's still just a two-possession game in favor of CU. The Wolves, who have pulled off a few upsets in this building before, trying to do it again here tonight with 11:44 to play on the CU Sports Network. Well, when both have been scoring, but right now both have not been scoring a whole lot. Cornerstone scoreless in the last 90 seconds, that is. U of M Dearborn just won for their last 5 possessions. It wasn't until Abu Zara made that three. Now Seidel catches and lobs. Nichols fades and fills it up over Gillenwater. Lead is 6 in favor of CU. Michigan Dearborn trying to make this game uncomfortable. Again, have been good for a few good wins this year, just have consistently not been able to put it together. Hurley strings together that three. Hurley hurls. And it's back down to just a 3-point advantage for CU. And 9 lead changes tonight. Mora steps through pressure and has it sent back. Gillenwater a denial, but Mora open for 3, and now what's the whistle? Something off ball. Oh, and it looks like a shot clock incident. I guess maybe fortunate for Mora that that one didn't end up going. Referee stopped to talk about how much time that would be left. Hard reset for the shot clock. Mobazi trying to get his guys to huddle up here. They will send them to their respective sides and try to hash out the shot clock situation. As that will allow us one more opportunity to take a look at what's going on around the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. 11 minutes to go here in the second half. 3-point lead in favor of CU. Our scoreboard updates across the way. Again, we were talking about the standings right now. Cornerstone 9-9. But how that's going to say, however, the important down to no problem 2 over Siena Heights. It was shocking, but it's the reality of what we've been dealing with the last handful of years in this conference. 7 to shoot. Mora steps through the middle, leaves it for Seidel. Nothing there. Stewart will have to fire. Jabs, fades, no. Then Highbor held up down low. Early grab it onto his hand allows Cornerstone to win the ball back. And a fresh 20 So he'll inbound it from the baseline here. But a long athletic history at Lourdes University. So obviously our thoughts go out to everyone who's a part of that. Stewart on the cut. Slithers to an opening and finds the bucket. It's been a slow offensive night tonight for Blake Stewart. Only 10 points on 4 for 11 shooting, but maybe finding a stroke now. 66-61, 5-point lead. UM Dearborn. Jackson Reynolds, 3 for his last 4. Looking for more. Kicks to Abu Zara. No from the corner. Spins high off the rim as Seidel hands to Mora. Ooh, and then it's kicked out. Like Abu Zara got his foot on it. Stops momentum for Cornerstone with 10:06 to play. And Dillard back into the picture. Gillen Water will check out. Mora will air one to Joe Nichols. Looking for a handoff. Ooh, and sneaky in taking that one away. It's Colin Miller steps in between the two. Reynolds leaves it. Abu Zara on the cut. No on the layup. And then Nichols a foul. On the rebound. Thomas Dillard, the 4th. Reaching up to snag that one. Kalamazoo Central High School. 9 minutes and 52 seconds to go in half number 2. In another media timeout. Cornerstone in front by 5. We take a break here on the CU Sports Network. Home game of the 25-26 season. Again, one more against Indiana Tech on the 21st. Cornerstone grad who won a national championship here at CU, and Ted Albert tries to lead that team to yet another win over Cornerstone. Dillard off on his first free throw. Again, Cornerstone has just gone cold shooting the basketball tonight. Just 25% from three-point distance. But they've battled their way out to this lead. Dillard, good on the second. High arcing free throw. Kicks high off the back iron and goes. Tyborg will receive it on the inbound. And look at Miles Steffen running the point. Looking like big bro. Finds Blake Stewart, who steps through a screen and wands it to Caden Bird. Bird has cooled off a little bit. Maybe trying to spy on him as UM Dearborn. Highbor takes his place. CU trying to spread the wealth. That will help in their three-point shooting attempts. Now 28% tonight, and Bird swoops in to take it away. Winds his way to the bucket. No, Highbor there. Follows up with a board and a bucket. Lead up to 9 for CU. Jackson Reynolds a jab. Cuts to his right past Nichols. And can't put it in on the reverse. Took a bump, nothing called. Highbor on an island, but is able to get it into the front court for Blake Stewart. Can they stretch it to double digits for the first time? Bird says yes. 74-62. It's Birdman to the rescue. In 24 tonight. Dillard, baseline. Nichols, a denial, but a whistle sounds on the body. Tough block. Colin Miller took it all the way to the 10. Had it sent away there, but we'll get a couple of free ones at the stripe with that lead now up to 12 for Cornerstone, 74-62. And the reality is, and this was something that we also talked about with Kyle Steginga and other members of this coaching staff, when you're down or you're having a down year like this for CU, which is not typical of Cornerstone. We got used to a standard of this team kind of running the table in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference, but when you take a backslide the way they have this year, the target gets even bigger on your back. Teams want the opportunity to come in here and beat you. And for Michigan Dearborn, they've physically responded tonight, but Cornerstone has just been able to help themselves out with the ball movement. 18 assists plus 7 in that category. They've also cut down on the turnovers. Only 6 in this game. Very few here in the second half. Right now, they have a 10-point lead to speak of it. Bird with 24. Bird goes boom. Another for Caden Bird. That is 7 three-pointers tonight for the Birdman. Reynolds turned aside. Hybor on the rebound. Check that 6. Stewart fouled at the bucket. Ooh, and a hard one too. Ripped down to the ground. Bird will approach the stripe. Oh, Mobazi yelling out. Michigan Dearborn player still down behind the bucket here, trying to help him back to his feet. Looks like that was Luke Laquetta. And now Laquetta is going to need some help getting off the floor. Mobazi will step out there, 7:56 to go in this game. And Laquetta, who has 5 points tonight, favoring that leg. Not often do you see a head coach walk all the way out to the spot to dress his players, and I think that's exactly what Coach Kim Melders is arguing right now. So they are able to address Laquetta. Mobazi, watch him head back to the locker room. This coaching staff for Dearborn still yelling out at the floor. Blake Stewart to the line. Not sure if I really saw anything extra after that play that necessitated the reaction right now. Clearly it was a foul. And obviously Blake Stewart upset about it, said something about it. Seemed like a dangerous play, but I'm not sure why the reaction is what it is. First one is good from Stewart. 13 points the lead now in favor of Cornerstone. But anyways, Laquetta, an important player for them down low. They'll address him, see if they can't get him back. Rebound taken in by UM Dearborn inside of 8 minutes, 7:50. And a 13-point lead in favor of the Golden Eagles. They've been on a 13-3 run in the last 3:25 as Reynolds, takes a bump and then throws the ball at Stewart. And he'll get the tech. A hard foul from Blake Stewart, and then Reynolds spikes the ball off his foot. And tension starting to brew and maybe boil over a little bit in this matchup. Reynolds still with something to say to the referee here. Mobazi is essentially halfway out to the referee. And it looks like they're going to separate the two sides here for a moment. It's getting testy here inside of Mole Arena. Technical foul assessed. Caden Bird will go to the free throw stripe on the other end. But while they sort this out, how about we take a timeout too? 7:44 to go in the second half. 13 points to lead in favor of Cornerstone. And a 13-3 run for CU. When we come back here on the CU Sports Network.